I'm going to touch on the similarity in the two cases, the two civil rights cases in St. Louis and in New York City, the Michael Brown case, exemplified by hands up, don't shoot, and the Eric Garner case of I can't breathe. The similarity and the unseen and unrecognized thing in the New York City Eric Garner case is that they were trying to handcuff him. So in both cases, we have a consciousness of the hands. Heidegger, Martin Heidegger, the German philosopher, is one of the most famous people who pointed out man is the animal with hands. Man doesn't have hands. A man is hands. That's what distinguishes man from an animal. When a man puts up his hands, that's the attitude of surrender. See? So we'll assume that in the St. Louis case, here is the attitude of surrender. In the New York City case, when the police put him under arrest, they tried to handcuff him. By handcuffing him, that makes the similarity to the St. Louis case. In trying to handcuff him, in trying to take away his manhood, in trying to castrate him, they are actually, again, killing him by handcuffing him. Man is the animal with hands. The distinct feature of man is hands. This is lost in our society because the technological extensions of these hands have come down through writing and into typewriters and to computers, where the idea of the man is lost. Because of technological development, which is a good thing, the concept of man and his hands and his view of his hands, his consciousness of his hands, has been lost. The struggle that apparently took place in St. Louis, again, hands. But the thing that I want to bring out is that in both cases, it has to do with hands and the societal representation of hands. The position of the hands, I'm going to move this a little bit so we get a longer view. The position of the hands here in Judaism is the brachas kohanim. This is the blessing of the priests that occurs in the Sephardic tradition every day. These hands in this position with the open fingers, permit the Shekinah to come through and to bless the congregation. In each hand here, in the blessing of the priest, there are 15 words corresponding to the 15 pereks, 15 little joints here, the 14 joints of the yad being 14, and the fifth, that's 3 in each finger and 2 in the thumb, and the 15th point being the center point right here, which is the 15th word, and this is a very important energy space. This is the shalom word. For me, there's a parallel of this, and there's 15 in each. 15 in each is 30. 30 is the Yud Hey, which is the 30 days of the blessing of the oath of the Nazir. Yeh. And that will be the name of Yud Ke Vav Ke in the future. So the two hands actually bring in the upper world equalizing the lower world. It's a whole deep issue which I've expressed in other videos, and I'll express in further videos. This is the Jewish hands in the air, the blessing of the priests. This is the true man. The man has a level of submission to him, and that is the shalom of peace. I was reminded of this last night in hearing the news conference of the mother of Eric Gardner. Don't have her name, but she asked for demonstrations, but with peace. Kept stressing this word, peace. And that's the word shalom, the 15th word. Shalom, or the 380, if you add 4 to the numerology of shalom, which is 376, 380 strands that come out of the multiplication of Yud K Vav K times Aleph Dalad Nun Yud, each first word, second word, third word, 380. That's in Amen. That's the truest faith. I don't want to get too far away from the man as an animal with hands concept, which is very important here, because once a man is not respected by his hands, in his hands, for his manlyhood, he becomes an object animal. So the real secret here is, how did the police regard these men's hands? How were the hands treated by the police in both cases? And for this I suggest they weren't treated with humanity. In these cases, man is the animal with hands, and the police didn't treat these men these hands with the respect due a man. So the real civil rights here is in the statement, man is an animal, or man is the animal with hands. And they were treated like the animal. They weren't treated as the animal with hands. No respect was given to their hands. This is the beginning of a very deep issue here that I'll be bringing up about hands in general, because the highest bracha is through the hands of the priest